do that.
I
She
know.
does it. She does it to me all the time.
It slipped out.
She says something wrong or outrageous or is crazy or something like that. She just go, think about it. Think about it. Thank you.
That's right.
As if like it's indisputable now. Jeez.
People are talking about Space Jam movie. It's out already. Are you gonna go watch it?
Not
I think it's
at
out.
all ever.
No.
Why
that's
do I want to
messed up.
watch that?
I heard it was better than Space Jam 1, which I didn't watch. Does anybody in the room care? No? Oh, okay. What's up, Mike?
So tell everybody, I said that you were going to talk about why you were all flustered at the end of the show.
Yeah, I was over here minding my business, about to end the show. Then, I got to do that thing at the end. And I was sitting, it's that thing of why I broke your thing. I was sitting on top of the cord and it went like this. And then the time was getting short. And I was like, I can't put my thing on. Oh my goodness. And then I had to do it without my headset. But I made it happen. Look at me.
You made it happen.
Thank
no question.
you.
Special thanks to Scranton Road Promotional Marketing, who makes beautiful products like this hoodie I'm wearing right now. And Jannelle's she's not wearing any. But I am.
That's messed up.
ScrantonRoadMinistries.org, ScrantonRoadMinistries.org. Get this kind of stuff for your business, or your church, or whatever, your mama.
You keep talking about somebody's mom, you're going to get jumped.
So earlier today, we were talking about the decline of friendship in men, and we reached a point of dispute where I would like to land for a little bit today.
Okay, cool.
You and I were disagreeing.
Oh, what a surprise.
Isn't that shocking?
Oh my gosh, what a
that
surprise.
Boy, it's pretty rare. Too bad you missed it. So there's a lot of reasons why the men are declining in friendship. But what I was trying to say is that social norms in America, I mean, in general, make it that what's normal for women is much more conducive to deep friendship than what's normal for men. As in, Sarah's been on a number of vacations with her best friend, where the two of them go someplace fun, like they go to the beach. They go, where did they go last? They went
Wasn't it in Florida? You told me she went.
They went to Florida. They did a whole bunch of just the two of them going on a trip. It's much less socially acceptable, unless it's surrounding sports or hunting or fishing, for men to be able to like travel together, just two people. And Jannelle was like, "No, you just got to buck social norms. Come on, man, what's your problem?"
You're not a victim of social norms. You could just be who you are.
Which is why she doesn't wear makeup or comb her hair.
What's
Those
up,
are social
Julie?
norms, and she bucks all of them.
That's dumb. Julie, what's up, Guy? Haven't seen Guy and Julie Hicks actually. I can think of several men that would do that, and then somebody during the show actually texted and said, "Brian, how come you keep picking things that usually women want to do?" Like Brian kept saying, like, guys don't go on to musicals or they don't go on the beach. Guys are into other things.
So the fact that you've found a few men who do that mean that social norms don't become an obstacle
I'm
for
not
men.
disagreeing with social norms. What Brian said is, what you said, which I had a problem, is social norms are stopping us. And all I said is, you're not a victim to social norms. You can make the decision to say, I want to do better. I want to grow in intimate relationships with my friends and do differently. You don't have to submit.
And my response
Nobody's telling you what to do.
My response was, then why do you wear makeup?
That's not a social norm. That's bothering me. If you want to grow an intimate relationship
It's a social
with
norm, though.
friends,
You don't have to do that. Isn't it easier to not?
you
I don't have to wear
pick
makeup.
them. You don't have to pick them randomly. If you're, for example, a social norm recently, the whole thing about me being career oriented and going the regular route and choosing to do differently because the Lord was calling me to do differently, I had a lot of flack for many years. So if it's one where I'm like, yo, this is a fight I'm willing to engage, then why not? And that's what I'm saying.
Well,
if you're
what I'm
like,
trying to
oh,
say
well,
is
makeup
that
or brush your hair.
But what I'm trying to say is your response makes it sound like the problem is just men are dumb. That's what it sounds like. Because what I'm saying is that social norms for women are more conducive to building deep relationship than social norms for men. And you're like, well, yeah, but social norms, don't follow those.
No, I didn't say men are dumb. If you were listening to the show, what I said
That's what it sounds like.
If you're from your mindset, what I said was you're not a victim and you can choose differently and you don't have to give up your power. You can still choose differently. And I even said, if I was talking to my son, who actually doesn't need help in this area, I would tell him, like, yo, you don't got to abide by what people's expectations is of you. That's different to, oh, well, men are dumb. They just, I don't know if, I can see if
What I'm just trying to
you
say
it
is
sounds
that
like
I'm trying to get
That's not
ownership.
what I'm feeling.
What I'm trying to say is I think there can be, and there's a lot of reasons why men struggle with friendship.
Yeah.
But in this one area, I feel like it's an area where society as a whole
Yeah.
could take some responsibility. Not just hold a mirror in front of men and say,
Yeah.
who cares what we tell you to do? Who cares about the pressure that's put
Yeah.
on you? You have to ignore all that. Be a man.
Okay, if you're gonna be fair and you go back to the conversation, I brought up social norms in the very beginning, and I said even the whole thing of not telling I love you or the whole toxic masculinity. I said it is there, but to say if I was a man, I would feel very powerless to say, well, I can't. Society doesn't let me do it. No, like we can choose differently. I can say, you know what, I really want to grow in relationships with men. And maybe it won't be a musical. Maybe it'll be boxing or, I'm trying to think. Len is not, this is not his thing, but he has gone out to eat with just him and a guy. He's done that. He hasn't done movies. He's not really into movies. Basketball, he's done, but you got to do that in groups. He's actually done that. So that's what I'm saying, and that's what I think some of the texts were saying. If you're going to pick stuff that most men are actually going to be like, well, I don't even want to do that. But if it's something you're into, what are you into?
What I'm trying to communicate is that I'm
There
not
are
into a
social
lot
norms,
of
they're there.
that I'm not into a lot of the things other guys are into, and
Okay.
and the things that like going to a sports game, going to the racetrack, watching a boxing match, going fishing. Those aren't conducive to building relationship
Yeah.
because you're doing something
Oh, I
that's
see.
not building relationship.
Yeah.
My wife and her friend didn't have an agenda.
Mm-hmm.
They went to a place to be together.
Okay.
They didn't. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah,
They didn't go hunting. I mean, you can build some relationship while you're hunting, but your focus is not building relationship.
Yeah.
And I think women, just because of social norms, are given a lot more opportunities and a lot more permission to be in environments that are conducive to building relationships.
But I've also heard, let's say, the way I've heard it was with father-son, that a lot of men find it easier just because men and women are just different. Find it easier to connect while they're doing something together. So it would make sense that men wouldn't, let's say in general, wouldn't want to be like, well, I just want to go to a hotel and just sit with you and talk to you. Usually they'll plan that around an activity, only because how men are built.
Is
But
that
I
how men
guess-
are built, or is that what's expected of men?
So then what do you read the article, you see it's a decline. Are you still saying, well, we just can't do it because they're social norms?
No,
Like,
that's
what
not
do
what
you
I'm
take
saying
away from it?
at all. What I'm saying is that there were came up with 6 reasons,
Yeah.
and 5 of them are things that men can really work on and change. One requires, I think, some collective effort from all of society. I just felt pushback from you on that. That's all. I'm not mad at you. I just felt pushback on that.
Yeah.
Like ultimately, it was nope. The problem, 100%, all 6, it's men's fault that they don't
Okay.
connect well. And I don't think that's true. I think that society bears some responsibility for the decline in friendship for men. Some, not all, not most,
Yeah.
just some.
Yeah. What's up, Carol? What's up, Roy? What's up, Beverly? Charles, what's up? I just don't like it when you say you like extremes, and you said that for all of them. I said no, it's all men's fault, and the conversation was a little different. Like I did talk about masculine.
Well, no, I didn't say for all of them.
Oh, okay.
I said for that one.
Well, yeah, for that one.
You're responsible
all
as well,
I'm
men
saying
don't
is,
have to
I
listen
didn't
to
say
that.
fault. I said if I'm gonna find a solution to something, then I need to find a way to take power so I can do something about it. I don't think it's helpful to say, well, I can't because society says I can't. And I wanted to bring it to the individual. Like we could talk about it on a wide scale and say, well, men in society, I get that. But what can you do to make it different? And if
Right.
my 18-year-old son struggled with this, which he doesn't, I don't think it's helpful for me to say, well, you do got these social norms. No, you're an individual and you have power to make choices in your life with your friend circle, which could be different to somebody else's friend circle. So I would try to find a way to say, well, how can you take power and what decisions can you... That's where I wanted to take it, because I don't think it's helpful to just say, well, we can't because it's society's norms. I was just trying to make it
And
where...
one of my pet peeves are double standards, and I think the same argument is made when it comes to standards for beauty.
Mm-hmm.
That society's created standards for beauty that are unfair.
Right.
So just don't care about it. Stop it. Stop caring. Right? I mean, that's not a reasonable or sensitive response. It's a double standard, in my opinion.
Okay.
If I'm saying men have 5 things they can work on and society has 1, it's like if men would go to women, why do you care so much about what people think of the way you look? Why do you care about models and all that? Just don't worry about it. Don't put makeup
Then you
on.
can do that.
And
then just
dress however
be
you want.
on
It's
the
inner
decline.
beauty that matters. Don't you know that?
Then you can do that. You
It
can
just sounds,
say,
doesn't that sound, but that sounds insensitive.
we are telling
Because it's
women
not
to
acknowledging,
own your,
but it's not acknowledging the pressure.
yeah,
And that it's not that easy to just ignore
Right.
it.
right. And that's why
That's
I
all I'm
brought
trying
up
to say.
toxic masculinity. I said, yeah, that is an issue.
Yeah.
There is a Patricia, what's up? Roy, what's up? Jennifer, good morning. But I agree. I think the pressure's there. People's comments are there. We talked about and had conversations about when men say I love you to each other or how awkward the other man can make it feel. Yeah. I mean, we could just sit there and just be like, yeah, it's tough. That's Rebecca, what's up? I think it's sad, the decline in friendships. And we focused on men, but I think it's an issue across, like women struggle with it. Why am I not seeing this? Julie says women are more emotional and can sympathize with each other, and that is how God created us. Men are made different and don't connect as easily with other men. Mike says, who cares what other people think or say? If I'm not committing a sin and it's not making a situation worse and it's what I want to do, I do it. Permitted.
And while I think this is generally true, Mike, I don't know any human that doesn't care what people think. Right? Like in all areas and everything. I don't think I've ever met a person like that other than sociopaths. And so in some ways we all are a victim of, whether we like it or not,
Yeah.
of caring what people think of us.
Yeah. Yeah, it's true.
I think the only ones who are immune are sociopaths. They don't care about
But
anybody else.
some men care about this more than others.
That's true, of course.
About how they look or what people think, and
Yeah.
Um.
That about does
You
it for
ready?
us.
Peace out. We're gonna be